How you doing? You're curious as to what we do with AI and whether or not we keep ourselves up to date on the technologies that's available to recruiters. The answer is yes and no. AI has some attractive features. For us in our industry, the first one is the note taker. That's offered to us around the clock in all of our platforms. The second one is searching, both in our database and through the internet. And the third one is engagement, being able to reach out to candidates. Now, we look at those tools as some good and some bad. First of all, the good for us. The note taker is outstanding. It's been a wonderful tool to add to our toolbox. What it does for us, it really enables us to take our time and have an in-depth conversation. I've been doing this for 20 plus years. When I first started out, my head was down. I'm writing as fast as I can, answering questions, asking questions, trying to get everything down. And inevitably, I couldn't get it all down. And so I was either having to go back and re-listen to the conversation if it was recorded with permission, or I'd have to call back and ask additional questions. With the note taker, I don't have to do that. I can focus on the conversation, get really in depth with the candidates, go to the second and third tier questions. Same thing with the companies, get that detailed information and collect it all and then be able to move forward faster and more efficiently. The second thing is the fact that saves a ton of time. Not only does it pull it together, but it gets it into our database and makes it searchable. Big plus for us, which brings me to the second part, and that's the searching capabilities of AI. AI has enabled us to go into our system. We've coded people for years. We have, Flexo label Pressman coded differently than Sheetfed Pressman versus Wide Web Flexo, Leary folder gluers, all those positions, supervisors, general managers by industry. So we have all these people coded, but there are things in their resumes that might be in demand that we don't have coded. AI is able to pull that out and bring a candidate to light, and we'd be able to make connections with companies that are specifically looking for skills that may not be coded in our system, and it finds them pretty quickly. So that's been very helpful. It also has the ability to do some other things that maybe aren't helpful. This is sort of what we think are the bad things um, about the AI. First of all, we get buried in companies trying to get us to use their service to go on the internet and scrape information. These are people who just are going to send information out via email or whatever. They do research about the person that they're targeting, pull where they went to school, how many jobs, titles, everything else, and then they put together this little blurb that sounds very targeted to them with detailed information about their background that they were able to scrape, and they send it out there with the hopes the person emails back. It's a little bit impersonal. We don't like that. The problem it's created for us is the fact that there are so many companies out there selling that service for so many different reasons that candidates are getting buried in these personalized, contacts. And the noise is reducing the amount of time that they actually get back to somebody like us who are real and we know the industry. They're getting 20, 30 emails looking for a folder gluer when in fact they might have gotten five from companies before, and that noise is now causing good messages like us who actually have contacts to be ignored. The second thing that we don't really like about this is the fact that in our recruiting process, we're finding candidates who are going to school. They're looking for a job change. They find out what we're working on. They get some basic information, and then they go out and get a quick education on that. Suddenly they sound better than they are. Smart on their part, but also dangerous because then we'll present a candidate may not be as in depth, may not know what they're doing, and they interview well, they sound good, but they're actually not the guy. And so we're having to sniff that out. Those people who have gone to school and try to make themselves better or learn about what the position is going to need, and we want to make sure that's something we do to validate the candidates as they go through the process. So those are the two things that we really look at, the good for us and the bad. It's put a lot of time into our day because the information gets in faster. It's enabled us to spend more time with companies and candidates, enabled us to look in our database faster to find more candidates quicker. But it's also made our job a lot harder because candidates are ignoring our messages that used to go out there because it just become part of the noise. That's part of why we've added more video. When we send a video message, it's hard to you can't fake it. Okay, I'm not AI. I'm a real person, and when I send a message to somebody and they see that, hey, I'm reaching out to you, they call us back and we have a conversation. And if we can help, we move forward. If you'd like to talk about what we can do for you in your process, don't hesitate to give me a call, send us an email, smoke signal, carrier pigeon, whatever it is. Let's get in touch. Thanks a lot.